All right, ladies, listen up because I got a good one for you. Today, we are going to debunk and break down the patriarchy's fantasy, the patriarchy's fairy tale of what we have been sold since we were kids about conception, because it's not true. I mean, how many times have you heard a man say that his sperm is the spark of life and our wombs are just the incubator? Okay. So this man believes that clearly. Okay. He said men give life to the eggs in the womb. So men are the life givers. What this homie is implying, with all due respect, is that our eggs are lifeless, that our eggs are just sitting there dead. That the only way that they turn on is when a sperm meets them. That's how the egg turns on. It turns on a light. Otherwise, it's just dead, sitting there. Does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down and debunk all the patriarchy's delusions about creation and conception and give y'all the truth. Okay. This is based off of research. Okay, that I am citing in my link tree in my profile. For any of y'all who need some facts, I'm sharing the facts today. We are rewriting the narrative, the patriarchy's narrative around what conception is, because we have been sold a lie, and this is really really important for both men and women. Right? We need to understand who we are in this biological biosphere. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. So let's go over the 4 myths that I've identified that the patriarchy has implanted inside of our minds. One, that the sperm is the one that is leading the charge of creation. It is one with all the authority and all of the agency. Two, that the egg is just sitting there passively, dead, waiting for the sperm to find her. Three, that the sperm is swimming, keyword on swimming, that's what we've been told, right? Swimming up the reproductive channel in order to find the egg. The fourth one that we've been sold as a lie is that the sperm, with all its power and all its might and all its strength, is forcing and pushing his way into the egg to penetrate and fertilize her. All right, so number one, let's go over and debunk that the sperm is the one that has all the power and agency and control over this process. This is how conception truly works. This is how conception really happens. All right. Number one, the feminine is actually the one, the egg is actually one that's very much a part of this process. She's very much a part of this co creative system. And she is the one who is leading, guiding, attracting, and magnetizing the right sperm to her. Okay. What the egg is doing in the conception journey is she is releasing chemicals to the sperm to help locate which one is best for her. And the way she does that is she does that by separating out dysfunctional sperm from functional sperm. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, dysfunctional sperm means that this sperm might have genetic defects and it might have DNA damage, it might have debris or toxins, and she obviously doesn't want that sperm to make it to her, right? So she sends out signals to that sperm as a way to slow it down or derail it, right? So if she's in the if the egg is in the right fallopian tube and there's no egg in the left fallopian tube, she might send those sperm to the left fallopian tube so they never meet her. Because out of about 100 million sperm that are released from a man, only about 250 sperm actually meet the egg. And only about 10% of those 250 are viable. All right. So she's being very discerning. She's very clear. She knows exactly what she needs and what she wants. And she is the one who's making the choice as to who gets to get close to her and who gets access to her. Why is she doing this? Well, she's looking for her genetic match, all right, in the functional sperm. So if the functional sperm has a lot of genetic variability, then that means that's the one that she wants, because she knows that it'll make her genes stronger, and that person will be able to fight off any cancers or diseases if they were able to if they ever got any. Okay, so she's looking for her genetic soulmate, which I think is really romantic, right? She's looking for her genetic equal. She's looking for genetic synergy, genetic alignment, so that she can be stronger, so that she can be whole. And so I think it's really beautiful that we are all each other's genetic soulmates. So the second myth was that the egg is just sitting there passively and waiting and not a part of the process. So we can actually see that she's the one who's sending out all of these signals to the womb so that it can be relayed to the sperm. The sperm knows exactly where to find her. And so some sperm actually swim faster in order to get to her. And then some sperm slow down because she sends signals that, no, 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 you're not fit enough for me. Which brings me to my third point, that the sperm are swimming. Okay, so the sperm are not actually swimming. This is actually interesting that I didn't even know, and I'm really happy that I found this out. The sperm are not actually swimming. What the egg is doing is it's sending signals to the womb to create a fluid substance that'll make it easier for the sperm to travel up the vaginal tract and then up to the fallopian tube. Alone, the sperm do not carry enough energy or power to get themselves to the egg. And the womb is an obstacle course. Like I said earlier, you could go to the womb, you can go to the fallopian tubes, you can go to the cervix. I mean, you don't know where to go. And sperms don't have eyes, so they need help, okay? And also, the egg is the one with over 100,000 mitochondrial DNA. She is the one with a lot of electrical force and a lot of electrical energy to magnetize the sperm to her. Okay, so what is actually happening is she's like creating a moving ramp that you see at the airports when you can put your luggage on there and it'll help you get from one place to another a lot quicker. Or when you're like playing Mario Kart and you go over the lit up arrow and you fly off, that's exactly what this fluid is in a sense. It's basically helping the sperm along their path. And when they reach this fluid, their tails begin to move more intensely to help propel them toward the egg. The fourth myth is that the sperm is penetrating the egg. Now, this is very much a patriarchal creation principle of force, of pushing, of doing something out of consent, of not waiting for divine timing, not waiting for the mystery. No, 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 no. Real sperm, right? Sperm that are in union with the feminine know that they need to have permission to enter. They need to be allowed. And so, what is actually happening is as the sperm is moving through that fluid that I talked about earlier, it is also stripping a layer off the sperm so that it basically arrives to the egg naked, if you will, right? Just vulnerable and bare and ready to merge, ready to go into union, ready to go into co-creation with the egg. And so there are cells around the egg that then kind of like encompass or encapsulate the sperm and kind of like guide him in and pull him into the egg. And that's when they start their whole little dance and becoming one cell and then, cell division, everything like that. But it is not penetrating. It is not forcing its way in there. It is actually the egg that it says, okay, you've made it to me. Now come home, baby. Come on in, honey. Come on in. She's like, it's like a bringing him in with a hug, right? So this is what's actually happening. And I think it's really important that we start speaking the truth. We have been sold this whole fairy tale, this whole lie that the sperm is the hero. They're the ones that are leading the charge. They're the ones that are um, basically the god of this process, right? This is what we see in this comment here, and it's not. It's a co-creative, beautiful dance of both masculine and feminine. But what I see with the principles, if we really want to learn the energetics of the womb and the principles of creation, we can see that the masculine needs to surrender to the feminine. He needs to listen to her cues. He needs to take her signals. He needs to come to her bare, vulnerable, and ready for co-creation, and in order to meet her, right? And what the feminine needs to learn is that you're a leader. You're a natural born leader. You're a natural born guide. Use your voice. Speak your truth. You have the power to dictate what over 100 million sperm do, honey. So don't underestimate yourself. That is what I want women to know, right? And this is when we can actually really merge into divine union, is when men learn the truth and they learn their roles, and when women know the truth and we know our roles. If you are interested in learning womb energetics, whether you're looking to conceive or not, I'm opening up my private coaching program. And if you're interested in more of a personal, intimate journey with me on how to heal your womb and align with these powerful womb energetics, you can head over to my link in bio. You can sign up. I'll be doing some webinars later this month, or I'll teach you about my program, Resurrecting the Womb, and then also what it'll be like working with me one-on-one. So you can learn these truths. Like, we should all know this stuff. And I hope you did learn something today. Please leave a comment and let me know what you thought. And I look forward to being with you in conversation.